Tiffany, what's your take on that big picture questions of where markets stand? Do you see more buying opportunities than opportunities to take profit?
I do, absolutely. I mean, listen, we didn't have a good day, and we certainly didn't have a good September, but that's okay because we've had a good year. And so, September we were down 4.8%. That never feels good. And any number of headlines are affecting this. But listen, if you're a long-term investor like I am, you really are not looking or measuring things on a daily or a weekly or monthly or even a quarterly perspective. We're looking at things over a year, particularly 3, 5, and 10-year time periods. But, you can look at what happened with the S&P about 2 weeks ago on that Monday when we had that intraday drop of about 5% from its 52-week high. The average stock in the index was down 14%. And so, again, I think that this presents a buying opportunity for investors to diversify with lower valuations. So whether that's buying new positions or adding to existing positions, things are on sale.
Like technology? Is that where you'd be looking, Tiffany?
Absolutely. So I am clearly a tech investor. So some of these names that I think I have conviction around, right, but are down. You can look at like a Shopify, right? You can look at Mercado Libre, Farfetch. I love these e-commerce plays. These are down. These are names that some would argue were of possibly potentially overvalued. I didn't think so, right? It's kind of really hard to put a valuation on some of these high growth tech companies. But yeah. Those would be the names that I would look at.
JJ, what's your take as to overall sentiment out there at the moment amongst your clients? Have they already turned more cautious earlier in the summer and now there's the chance for it to turn bullish again, or is it just kind of taking hold?
Well, Wolf, I'll look at, we released our IMX today from last month, and what we see on there is our clients are increasing to have some exposure to the market overall, but they're going to names that they've traditionally gone to when things get a little shaky. Apple, Facebook, a little bit of Microsoft. So those are the types of names they're going with right now. And I think one of the big things that changed this month is we had supply chain come in for the first time. We had Evergrande mentioned for the first time. So there just seems to be a little bit more concern overall going forward. But what was the most interesting part to me last month, Wilf, was that our clients were sellers for the first couple of the weeks of September and then buyers as we headed into October, which is kind of unique going into this month overall. So we'll see if the Apples, the Fords of the world pay off. And the other side of it was they were selling stocks that were rallying. The Teslas of the world, which continued to go up. Delta Airlines, Bank America, American Airlines. So very, very interesting what they were selling as compared to what they were buying. Sell Tesla, buy Fords. They sold Amazon, they bought Baba, and they sold the airlines, and our millennial clients bought Airbnb. So I think people are selling things as they rally and looking for things that may have sold off a little bit. If there is some bargains there, or things have been a little bit underpriced as compared to some of the higher flyers that have done well through the last month and a half or so.
What about cash levels, JJ, overall? Where do they stand relative to where they've been?
Sarah, overall it's been pretty consistent for the last few months in terms of what the amount of money people have been putting to work in their accounts.